I said quietly, but I'm going to start. During the parent-teacher conference, the counselor said, families who eat dinner together every night are free to leave. My wife grabbed her purse immediately and stood up. I thought she was joking at first, but she was already heading toward the door. Wait, I said, don't we need to hear about Emma's grades? The school counselor smiled warmly. Not necessary. Your daughter is clearly doing well if you eat dinner together as a family every night. Around the room, other parents were standing too. Maybe 15 families total, all gathering their things with satisfied smiles. The counselor was checking names off a list. I looked at my wife. We don't eat dinner together every night. She froze mid-step. The counselor's smile didn't change, but her pen stopped moving. I'm sorry, what was that? We don't, I said. I work late most nights. Emma usually eats with her mom around 6. I grab something when I get home around 9. My wife's face went pale. She was staring at me like I'd just confessed to a crime. The counselor's expression shifted. I see. Please sit back down. The families who were leaving glanced back at us with something that looked like pity. One mother whispered to another as they walked out. We sat back down. The room felt different now. Colder. Mr. Hayes, the counselor said. Do you know why we ask about family dinners? No. She folded her hands on the desk. Research shows that children who eat with their parents every night have better emotional regulation, higher grades, and stronger family bonds. It's a simple metric that tells us a lot. Okay, I said. But Emma's doing fine, right? Her grades are good. The counselor didn't answer. She just opened Emma's file and started flipping through pages. My wife grabbed my hand. Her palm was sweating. Emma's grades are excellent, the counselor said. Top of her class in math. Reading 3 grades above level. I felt relief wash over me. See? She's fine. But there are some concerns. The relief vanished. The counselor pulled out a drawing. It was done in crayon, clearly Emma's work. It showed our house, 3 stick figures inside. Me, my wife, and Emma. We were all sitting at a table. Emma drew this last week, the counselor said. I asked the class to draw their family doing something they love. I looked closer. In the drawing, all 3 of us were smiling. There was food on the table. It looked normal. What's the concern? My wife asked quietly. The counselor pointed to the window in the drawing. Outside the window there was another figure, a man, tall and thin, watching through the glass. I asked Emma who this was, the counselor said. She told me it was the man who comes when daddy's at work. My blood went cold. What? I turned to my wife. What is she talking about? My wife's face was white. I don't know. Emma has an active imagination. She probably made it up. The counselor pulled out another drawing. Same scene, same table, but this time the man was inside the house, standing behind Emma. This is from 3 days ago, the counselor said. I stood up. Where's Emma? I need to talk to her right now. She's in class, but there's more. The counselor pulled out a 3rd drawing. This one made my stomach drop. It showed Emma alone at the dinner table. The man was sitting across from her. My wife was in the background, facing away, washing dishes. Emma told me this is what happens when you're at work, the counselor said, looking at me. She said the man eats dinner with her and her mother. She said he asks her questions about school. I looked at my wife. She was shaking. Who is he? I asked. She wouldn't look at me. The counselor stood up. I've already contacted Child Protective Services. They'll be here in 15 minutes. Wait, my wife said. It's not what you think. Then explain it, I said. My voice came out harder than I intended. She started crying. He's just a friend. He helps with the bills sometimes. You're never home and I got lonely and he started coming over for dinner and Emma liked him, so I thought it was fine. You let a stranger eat dinner with our daughter? He's not a stranger. He's my brother. I stared at her. You don't have a brother. She looked up at me, tears streaming down her face. I did. I gave him up for adoption when I was 16. He found me 6 months ago. I didn't know how to tell you. The room went silent. The counselor cleared her throat. Mrs. Hayes, we'll need to verify this. Do you have documentation? Adoption records? My wife nodded. At home. I can get them. 20 minutes later, CPS arrived. They interviewed Emma separately. She confirmed everything. She liked Uncle James. He was nice to her. He helped with her homework. He made her mother laugh. The adoption records checked out. James was real. He was her biological brother. But the counselor wasn't satisfied. Why did you hide this from your husband? She asked my wife. My wife looked at me. Because I knew he'd react like this. Like I did something wrong. I sat there, not knowing what to say. The counselor closed her file. Mr. Hayes, your daughter has been eating dinner with her mother and her uncle every night for 6 months. She's thriving academically and emotionally. The only problem here is that you weren't part of it. She stood up. So I'll ask you again. Do you eat dinner together as a family every night? I looked at Emma's drawing spread across the desk, at my wife's tear-stained face, at the life I'd been missing while working late. No, I said quietly.